People often reject what they cannot define. And more often, they fear what they do not understand. When you carry something divine within you, an idea, a dream, a vision, it will not always make sense to the people around you. You find that the more uncommon your purpose is, the more uncomfortable others will be with your presence. They'll label you. They'll dismiss you. They'll say you're too much or not enough. But let me tell you something that changed my life. Being misunderstood is not a weakness. It's a signal. It is a signal that you are carrying something bigger than the room you're currently in. Think about it. When Joseph shared his dream, his brothers didn't just mock him, they hated him, not because he was evil, but because he dared to speak of something greater than what they could see. They threw him in a pit, not because of what he had done, but because of what he would become. And that's the truth about destiny. It attracts enemies before it brings elevation. When people look at you and don't understand your value, that's not your problem to fix. That's their capacity being exposed. Sometimes God will let you be underestimated to protect you. He will cloak your greatness in rejection so that you are hidden in plain sight. Why? Because if people celebrated you too early, you might start depending on their approval instead of his assignment. So he lets you walk through misunderstanding like a fire, not to burn you, but to refine you. Some of you in this room have been misjudged by your family. Some of you have been counted out by teachers, leaders, bosses, even people you once admired. They sized you up by your past. They measured your worth by your current condition. But they didn't see your seed. And that's the danger. People see fruit, but God sees seed. People see you now, but God sees your next. You have to understand something deep in your soul. Rejection is often divine protection in disguise. Because every no was preserving you from places not built to handle your yes. Every dismissal was creating space for you to grow roots before you grow wings. I've learned that when people walk away from you, they're just making room for those assigned to your future. Being counted out isn't a curse. It's a clue. A clue that God is about to bring you forward in a way no one expected. And when he does, the same mouths that doubted you will have to declare your name. The same hands that pointed you out will have to lift you up. The same ones who said, "Who do you think you are?" will one day ask, "How did you do it?" So let them misunderstand you. Let them question your motives. Let them underestimate your fire. Because while they're talking, you're building. While they're guessing, you're growing. While they're sleeping on you, heaven is preparing the stage. You were never meant to be accepted by everyone. You were meant to be set apart. Let them count you out. Because when God counts you in, nobody can count you out. There is a sacred silence that comes before every great season. A hush before the unveiling. A stillness before the storm breaks open in your favor. It's the season nobody talks about but it's the one that makes all the difference. The desert is not punishment. It's preparation. It's a place where God strips away distractions and crutches and applause so you can hear him clearly. It's the wilderness that shapes the warrior. It's the classroom of calling, the training ground of trust. It's where strength is born in the bones and vision is refined in the soul. You see, before God gives you the platform, he tests your posture. He asks, will you still serve me when it's dry? Will you still believe when nothing moves? Will you still pray when the answer is silence? And if you can say yes to him there in the heat of uncertainty and the weight of delay, then you are ready. Look through scripture. Every vessel God ever used went through a desert. Moses was hidden for 40 years on the backside of the wilderness, not because he was forgotten, but because he was being formed. Elijah had to sit by a brook in obscurity before he could call down fire from heaven. Even Jesus himself, before miracles, before crowds, before the cross, was led into the wilderness by the Spirit. So if you find yourself in a quiet place, don't despise it. Don't rush it. Don't pray it away. Learn from it. Let it work on you. Because the desert does something that comfort never can. It builds capacity. It teaches you how to carry what you've been called to steward. In the desert, your motives are purified. You learn to walk by faith, not by sight. You stop depending on the crowd and start depending on the cloud. The presence of God that leads by day and fire by night. You find out who you really are when there's nothing left to lean on but your calling and your Creator. I remember my own desert seasons. Times when the vision God gave me was alive, but nothing around me looked like what I saw in my spirit. I preached to empty chairs. I wrote messages that no one read. I gave my all to things that seemed to return nothing. But I didn't know then that every step in that silent place was training me for the weight of what was coming. The silence wasn't rejection. It was refinement. God was showing me that true strength isn't in performance. It's in persistence. It's in obeying when there's no spotlight, no feedback, no affirmation. It's in becoming the kind of person who can handle what you've been praying for. So many people want the palace, but they haven't survived the pit. They want the platform, but they've never been faithful in the pasture. But the desert is God's way of asking, can I trust you with influence? Can I trust you with power? Can I trust you with the weight of your own purpose? If you're in the desert, keep walking. If it's quiet, keep trusting. God is not punishing you. He is preparing you. He is building in you the strength to carry the thing that will shake nations. He's carving out depth so that when your moment comes, you won't crumble under the weight of it. Because what is built in the desert is what will last in the destiny